All right, I'm gonna talk to you about colors. Now, a lot of people ask me when they come into cheap shows, they'll be like, okay, I have a picture of the sky, or I have a picture of a tree. What colors do I need to paint that? And that's not really the question you should be asking. You should be looking at the picture and saying, what colors are in this picture? Now, there are a couple colors, of course the primaries, that you could use those 3, yellow, red, blue, and create every other color that you have. You also have a choice of what grade of paint you're getting. You can get student or professional. If you're gonna get student, one thing I would recommend is at least to get a professional grade titanium white to add with it. Even if you get student grade paint, if you get a professional grade white, you're mixing that into every other color you make. So you're automatically making your paint better quality just by mixing in that paint. So that's a good money saver. Now, white, you're probably gonna want a big tube of it for whatever it is that you're painting, because that's the color you use the most. So make sure on your palette that you always have a big huge squirt of white in a big tube just right there ready for you in case you need it. And then if you only want to paint with the primaries, you can get Cad Red, Cad Yellow, Ultramarine Blue. If you're going to do more blending, like with glazes, you might want to go to more transparent colors like a Phthalo Blue, a Napthol Red maybe, and really any yellow would work. Now, when looking at your picture, you want to kind of squint your eyes, and when it's on focus, see what colors you have there. Because a lot of times people, especially with something like portraits, they'll say, okay, give me some flesh tones. But there's so many different shadows that fall on your face. There's warm shadows, cool shadows. So you want to get colors to create those effects no matter what you're painting. You can always use the same palette. So you might want to try out a different brand, different colors, and see what you like the best, see what textures you like. If you like your paint soft or thick, there's mediums that you can get to add to it to change that texture also. Now, the palette itself, you have a lot of options on that too. I prefer using a disposable palette because I like to clean up very easily. Now with this, you just put your paint directly on here, and then whenever you're done, you just rip it off and throw it out. Wooden palettes are good too. You just have to prep them, and then when you're done, you have to take mineral spirits and clean it off when you're done. Same with glass. And if you're like me and you don't like taking that much time, disposable palettes are really great. A palette knife also is going to save your brushes some time, or save it some wear and tear. If when you're mixing your colors, you're mixing it with a palette knife instead of a brush, not only do you get a more even mix, but that paint's not going up into the ferrule of your brush, so it's going to stay healthy longer. Now just play around with all these colors and everything you've learned. Just try out a bunch of different stuff, experiment, and you'll find what's best for you.